Oh, hey, there you are. Come on in. Welcome to Alex Gordon Radio at Home. I'm Alex Gordon, and this is Alex Gordon Radio at Home, episode. So, in honor of our 5th episode, we figured we'd do what we always do, the same old stuff. Talk to neat characters and share those stories with you. First up, we've got Jasim, who's got a terrific little story about how he learned how to ride a bicycle. And wait until you hear who taught him how to ride that bicycle. We also talked to another individual named Scarlett, and Scarlett came by and shared her knowledge and her passion for herbs and teaches us how to make a neat little syrup. We've also got a new segment. I've heard about it. I don't know too much about it, but I think it's going to be coming in somewhere in the middle. So just keep your eyes peeled. And I also heard that today we might be leaving. We might be, hey, how come it's not? Were you listening last week? Do you remember when I was doing this and I was doing this and it was making a noise. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So we'll just kind of wind it up and go. So what's the story with you and your brother?
So our age difference is 8 years. So we're kind of a little bit far apart. And then I spend a lot of time away. So we're not as close, but we have a lot of fun when I come home. I ride the bike with him like a lot, especially now since we can't really go out that much. And he kind of taught me how to ride a bike. Like I didn't know how to ride a bike until this month. So he taught me how to ride a bike like a few weeks ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that part of my childhood, but I did.
Wait, all right, so let's talk about this. This is excellent. So what you're saying is your 10-year-old brother taught you how to ride a bicycle as you were 18. Wait, so this was like a month or so ago, so you were 9 and 17 at that point.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So same thing though, 10 and 18. All right, so come walk us through this. We got to hear about this. I've never heard this is a first for me. I've never heard of this. I like it.
Yeah, so like I've been saying I wanted to learn how to ride a bike for like years now. Just cause like the second time I went to China, the group, they were like, everybody ride your bikes to this place, meet us here. I was like, like I don't know how to ride a bike. So we had to end up walking like 3 miles. So I was like, I gotta learn. And then I just kept kind of postponing it until like I had the opportunity, which is this month when we didn't have anything else to do. And so there's like a empty street, like nobody ever drives back there because it's like a dead end. And so I just went at it for like an hour, and then I was able to like not pedal yet, but I could sit on it and go like and turn down this hill to the end of the dead end. And so I did that, and then I kept going back up the hill, and I started pedaling a little bit. My brother was like next to me, like clapping, like telling me, like giving me tips on how to balance and stuff. So he was kind of like my hype man. And so I really learned, like I didn't master it, but I learned in about an hour and 30 minutes, just like grinding out there. So he was just giving me tips like every turn, like try this time, do this.
That's awesome. That is the coolest thing I've heard in a while. I like that.
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of
how did that feel?
I felt like a little brother, which is something I've never had, just because like I was the only child and now I'm the older brother. So it was kind of cool to see like the other side of things and maybe change the way that I like treat him, because I am kind of hard on him sometimes.
Yeah, well, and I think that's just a normal, natural thing that happens.
Yeah.
But that to me is fascinating. That how did he handle that? Did he did he get kind of, did it puff him up, or did he take advantage of it? You know what I mean? Or was he was being really supportive of you?
I think he was just excited to be able to teach me something. Just like he probably, just like how I felt like the little brother, he probably felt like the older brother. Just like had an influence on me, and was happy to do that.
I love that story. I just love. You hear that? Do you think I hear something? Do you? Wait, I hear music.
I hear music, 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 music.
Elizabeth Cotton was born on January 5th, 1895 in Scarborough, North Carolina. The youngest of 5 children, Elizabeth taught herself to play the guitar by borrowing her older siblings' instruments. Elizabeth was also able to learn any song after only hearing it one time. When she was 11 years old, Elizabeth Cotton wrote a song called Freight Train about the train that ran near her home and kept her awake at night. After giving up playing the guitar for 25 years to raise her family, Elizabeth Cotton began performing publicly for the first time when she was in her 60s. Soon Elizabeth gained worldwide notoriety and gave performances at many important folk festivals. In 1984, when she was 89 years old, she won a Grammy Award for Best Ethnic or Traditional Recording. Elizabeth Cotton's unique guitar playing style is now known as cotton picking and has influenced a generation of folk musicians. She lived to be 92 years old.
If you're ever feeling rotten, listen to Elizabeth Cotton. She can pick you up with a joyful song, joyful as the day is long. She lived to be 92. To this day her song is true. So if you're ever feeling rotten, listen to Elizabeth Cotton.
To find out more about Elizabeth Cotton, please feel free to look her up on the interweb waves. And remember, the Cotton is spelled C-O-T-T-E-N. Cotton. All right, so you're cooking, you're baking, you're writing. What else you got on the docket?
Well, I do a lot of herbal stuff, which is like I make tinctures and teas out of herbs. And I really like to do that because it's so fun. And I really like hibiscus syrup, which is it's very good. Oh my gosh, it's so good, and I love it. And I can tell you how to make it, I think.
All right, what are you talking about again? Say it one more time. You cut out a little bit when you said syrup, so say it one more time.
Hibiscus syrup.
Okay, good. Lay it out for us. How do you make it?
I get dried hibiscus and I take it home, and what I do is I put it in water and I sort of just heat it up until it's like really red. And then I pour honey into it, and then I mix it up, and a little bit of lemon juice until it tastes how I want it to taste. And it's not really like maple syrup consistency, it's like more of like a liquid, but it's called hibiscus syrup. And I put it in a mason jar and I put it in my fridge, and then I drink it every once in a while when I want it.
Well, okay, so it's more like a tea.
Yeah, it's sort of like a tea. It's kind of like, it tastes like a really good juice, but it's good on pancakes. It's really good on pancakes. I've had it on pancakes before, and it's really good. And, but also it's good to just drink, and it's good to put in some tea. It's good to put in tea as like a sweetener, and it's very good.
What is it about herbs? Are they, like what's the deal with herbs?
I really like them because they're very good for healing. Like there's just medicines you can get from stores are really good too, but herbs are very, very good for healing. And it's so easy to make a bunch of this stuff. Like if you had like a wet cough, you could have like a goldenrod tea and it would make it so much better, so fast. If you like goldenrod tea, that is, because some people don't like goldenrod tea, but it's really amazing. I love herbs because they're just like magical and they're really nice, and I love them.
Okay. What is goldenrod tea?
Goldenrod tea. So goldenrod is there's a little meadow in Pine Lake that often has a lot of goldenrod, and it has a not medicinal look-alike that I'm forgetting the name of, but it's like a long green stalk with leaves, and then sometimes like close to fall, I think it starts blooming, and it's these little yellow flowers, and you can dry the flowers or the leaves and you can make a tea out of them, and it's very drying. So if you had like a runny nose or a wet cough, it would be good to drink some goldenrod tea. But if you had like a dry cough or a dry nose, hibiscus would be really good. And you could drink some of the hibiscus syrup I told you about earlier, and it would be really good for you.
Is this something that you think you might want to study more and more?
Well, yeah, definitely. I really like it.
I think that about wraps it up. Unless there was something else. Oh, wait, there was something. Hold on, right there. Wait a minute. Just wait a second. Hey, we just got word that a neighbor of ours is having a magical crayon pop-up sale. So let's head on down and see what we can see. Hey, we're outside. We're gonna go check out Muriel's magical crayon pop-up sale. Right down the way. She's a neighbor of ours, so we got our masks. We're gonna go see what's going on. Come on with us.
Well, I heard she was selling crayons because everyone's talking about it. So I went over there. She had a couple crayons out, but she said she was making more. So I was gonna wait for her to make more, and she let me have her chair.
Did you get some crayon?
I was just about to.
So there is these crayons. You have to unpeel them, and then they go like this. Then you put them in here, and then you melt them, and then you let them dry for like a couple of minutes. So, and then you have to here's the tip, you have to pop them out. They're either. And then you see, this is just some origami paper that we put in so you can draw. And you just stick it in there. And then there.
So that was Muriel's magical crayon pop-up. Very successful. And we're also a happy customer. And And now it's time for
The last word.
today's last word is brought to you by a limber individual named Jonah.
Well, you got to look into the thing here. Where are you going? Good, you ready?
My hair fell off.
Oh, okay. We'll take care of it in a minute.
I'm done.